Porter's News TV channel. I am your host, Michael T. Porter, and I'm bringing the news to your ass like no other. Let me see. Let's see what's the poll gonna be tonight. Let me see. Do you believe your significant other will cheat on the other would ever cheat on you, cheat on your monkey? I want to know. I want to know what makes you cry. I love y'all. Waiting for some of y'all to come in. I'm a Udoka knocked up. Was sleeping with a Mormon. She was a Mormon. Them Mormons, horny boy. She was a Mormon and she had 3 kids. Danny Ainge hired her on, and I don't know what was said between. Her name is Kathleen Lynch is the name of the 34-year-old at the time that was letting this married man clap her cheeks, and she was married as well. I'm gonna be quite honest, y'all. Before I'm gonna go at the 3-minute mark, but I just want to have a little fun real quick. Married people are nasty. Married people are the biggest cheaters in the world, and if you don't know, where the hell you been? If you don't know, where the hell you been? Married couples, I don't know if they're just bored of looking at each other's bodies all these years. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a continuous fight. I don't know if they know how to. I don't know if married people don't know how to reconcile. But married people are the biggest freaks, the biggest cheaters out in these streets. You would think it would be single people like myself. You would think it would be single people. No. Married people are moving like single people. Married people are moving like single people. We at the 3-minute mark. Can I get started, baby? I'm feeling good. Got a lot to do tonight, so I'm gonna give you all the juice. Nia Long is still going around talking about how this man hurt her. This is why I always say, in some instances, most men, we should not seek love from women. We should seek to be remembered. Because most women don't remember good men. They only remember the trifling ones, right? That's all they talk about. They sorry baby daddy. You ever dated a girl that had children? It's horrible. All she talk about is that sorry ass nigga that she gave her a womb to. That's all she talk about. That trauma, like she really can't believe that she's out in the world alone with these 3 kids by 2 different men, and neither one of these men want to deal with her. Neither one wants to deal with her. That's all they talk about is the bad boys. All they talk about is the guys who broke their heart. So I tell guys, break their heart. They'll keep coming back. I don't know about other countries, but in America, breaking a woman's heart gets you respect. Breaking a woman's heart, you will always be remembered. Yeah, she's going to move on, and not many, but a small handful will get married. If they get right with God, they probably will get married. But most of them, they stuck in that trauma. They're going to be talking about that man who knocked her up and left her with those badass kids. She's going to be talking about this until she's in her 60s. Yeah, but what about all the good dudes that came along? You were a pretty girl. What about the good dudes that came along? No. We ain't gonna talk about them. We're going to talk about, what's up, Mason? What's up? They only gonna talk about the bad boys. Break their heart. That's what I say. Shit. Break their heart. You won't be loved. She gonna hate you, but you will be remembered. You will be remembered. So Nia Long is out here boo-hooing. She wants the world to feel sorry for her, and that's what women do. But I'm like, for the fellas, I want the reason I brought this story up with Nia Long and Ima Udoka is because your wife, just because you get married, that doesn't stop the cheating. That doesn't stop the creeping either. I'm not married. Don't know what it's like to be married, but I it's kind of a gift and a curse. When you wait later in life to get married and you look at other people's situation, like, damn, it is nice. It would be nice to have somebody that obey me and worship me as a king that I am. One day I'm gonna find her, but I'll be looking at other people's situations. I couldn't dare deal with a woman like that. And that's why I stopped looking at other people's situations, because it will discourage you from getting your own piece of happiness, because a lot of these relationships are messed up. Fellas, it doesn't matter how much money you have. And this is a prime example of it doesn't matter how much money you have, your girl is going to cheat. Your wife is going to cheat. Stimulation. We got to stop our guys from crashing out. It doesn't matter if now her boy, they say her husband got big money. What that mean? They said her husband got big money. What does that mean? Did y'all know Jeff Bezos' wife left him? If Jeff Bezos can't keep a broad happy, how the hell we gonna keep somebody happy around here? Working at FedEx, working at Amazon, working at Popeyes, driving trucks. If a man at the time, he was worth $265 billion, can't even keep a woman happy. $265 billion. That's how much Amazon was worth in 2020. I think it's almost $500 billion right now, if I'm not mistaken. $250 million can't even keep. No, it was billions. Wait, let me say that. No, wait. If Elon is the richest, Elon got 300 billion. No. Amazon was. Well, let me get the numbers right. In 2020, I think he was worth 250 million. Hold on. Let me get. Okay. I checked it out. So at the end of 2020, remember everybody was locked inside, Amazon brought in an annual revenue of 380 million. I was right. I was in the billions. So I said 250 billion. So $300 billion can't even keep a woman happy. Damn. 350. I be thinking to myself, well, goddamn, what does a person have to do to keep somebody happy around here? What does a man got to do? What does a woman got to do? Thank you for the gems. Thank y'all. What does a man have to do to keep a woman happy? Well, it's obvious it ain't money, because Jeff Bezos' wife left. What can we do as men to keep these women happy? What can we do? Absolutely nothing. Nia Long, it just amazes me, like, okay, because I never heard Nia Long talk about the good men that came in her life. I never hear these girls talk about the good men that came into their life. They only talk about the bad boys and the cheaters. And they sorry, baby. I just don't get it. Because here's the thing. If I'm ready to move on with my life, if I'm ready to venture off and explore, I'm ready to elevate, I'm talking about the good stuff. I only want to focus on the good stuff. I'm not trying to relive those terrible moments with them raggedy ass women. I am not trying to relive those moments. Nia Long is out here. I mean, she's getting love. Nia Long was going into details, and the manager of the lady Kathleen Lynch, she used to set up dates with Udoka and Nia Long. So I'm like, wait a minute. You're sleeping with this married man, and you married yourself, and you're arranging dates for them. That's cold blooded. That's some smooth criminal. Cause you would expect it would be her. Nobody would ever expect it would be Miss Kathleen Lynch because, she's just the innocent, sweet, preppy little white Mormon woman with a husband and kids, and she just loves sports, and she's just doing this and doing that, and she just off the radar. When they would travel, he would clap her cheeks. Home games, he probably didn't get that much because Nia Long probably there, but if Nia Long wasn't there, they probably flirting. See, another reason I brought this up too, your wife is talking to somebody else at that damn job. I don't know. So when we see these guys, I'm going to the polls. When we see these guys crashing out, when we see these guys trying to shoot up the place, shoot up their girlfriends, shoot up the kids, when we see these guys trying to take their own life, when we see these guys drive off the bridge because they find out their girl was giving some top to her supervisor, we all should look at him sideways, like, my dude, how old are you? First question. Second, you ain't got social media. Third question, how in the hell you not know this is how women operate? I'm not lying. How can y'all say I'm wrong? And Miss Kathleen, who is married, she's a Mormon, she let this head coach of the Boston Celtics go down her damn throat. Let her clap her cheek. She let this man clap her cheeks, and he's married. Your wife is talking to somebody at that. These damn jobs is worse than a brothel. These jobs are worse than brothels. Anything goes up there. Let's see the poll. Do you believe your significant other would ever cheat on you? Whoa! Ooh! 75% say yes. 25% say no. Ooh. 75% of the voters said they believe that their significant other would cheat on them. Y'all got work to do, baby. Y'all got work. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Damn. I don't know where this culture of infidelity came from. I don't know where this culture of cheating came from. I don't know what's this. I don't know what this culture of people not being faithful, not taking other people's feelings into consideration more seriously. I don't know where this came from, but I know where it came from. Media. I know where it came from. The music. There's been a cultural shift. I mean, people always been cheating, but it's just like, it's so common. You kind of expect it. Marriage on decline. Marital rate is declining. Divorce is increasing. Because people can't keep their legs closed at them damn jobs. And a lot of people, that brings me to a quick story. So I was at the barbershop a while back. My barber got into it with one of his other clients because the other client told him that his wife would never cheat on him. That man told my barber that his wife, he said, hey man, I'm just letting you know, ain't nobody safe. And that's the message tonight. I know it. Hopefully y'all know it. Fellas, there's nothing you can do to stop your woman from doing what they're doing. They're highly sexual, highly emotional, chaotic, unstable, and they're hollow. They're empty, right? So the dude got offended. He's like, what you trying to say? Because, see, he's a crash out. The guy that my barber was talking to, his other clients, he is a crash out because in his mind, he has control over his woman. That's why he got offended. Like, what you mean my wife won't cheat on me? Because if a wife cheats on you in the world of men, that means you ain't doing something right. That means that you don't have her under control. You don't have her under your power. And if you don't have her under your power, you're a weak man, right? How is it that you guys are married, but you don't got her under control? Your job as a man is to control your wife. She's weak, she's soft, and she's pretty, and she needs that discipline. Something wrong with her. So when a man tells you that you don't have any power over your wife, when another man tells you that you don't have no juice, no motion in your own damn home, it makes you look weak. So they're about to get into a fight. And he said, man, my wife, man, what you talking about, man? What you trying to say? What you trying to, that says a lot about me. I ain't say it's about you, bro. My barber was like, no, it's about her. This is how females move. She's going to be choosing no matter how much money you give her, no matter how much you love on her, no matter how much you cater to her, she is going to be choosing because that's just how they're programmed. They're empty. You need to find out if your woman is empty. You guys, baby, are you happy? You know, are you right with God? I mean, how's your mindset? Do you have blissful thoughts most of the day? Are you confident most of the day? There's something you really have to get to know who you laying down with in these streets. You really have to get to know your significant other. Let me go into these comments. Somebody's stomach hurt. Somebody went to the toilet. Shout out to One Life, man. Shout out to Brandon. The money. It's always been about the money. Woo-wee. For all that in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but it is of the world, and the world is passing away in the lust of it. Yep, straight from the Bible. A cheater is always going to be a cheater, no matter. Damn, facts. It's good to know that she's a cheater. That means the real one is out there waiting for the right one. Yeah. No matter what you do, you know, it's a gamble. It's a gamble, especially in today's time. I think things were a little bit better. Men have always fought over women because, like I said, as men, we try to dominate. That's our job, to dominate them and rule over them. So that's my woman. Cynthia belonged to me. No, she is mine, and she's loving every minute of it. Oh, women love that masculinity. When two men fighting over, 9 times out of 10, a woman is gonna let those dudes fight because it strokes her ego. Women love to have guys fight over her because she feels wanted. She feels special. Her ego is saying you're the most prettiest girl in the world. Girl, I told you. That's her ego talk. I told you, girl, you were pretty. Look at these grown men fighting over you. Look at these young men fighting over you. Look at these old niggas fighting over you. Girl, you got it going on. It strokes her ego. Dudes are going to jail. Dudes are getting L notes, life sentences behind these girls. Because he went through her phone and found out, just like Nia Long had to find out that her husband is out there creeping. Udoka's mistress, Miss Kathleen Lynch, her husband had to find out, and in this case, Nia Long and Ima Udoka proves me right. Even on a celebrity level, your wife is going to be talking to somebody at that damn job. Whether it's Popeyes or if she's the manager for the Boston Celtics, she's talking to somebody. Talking. She know how to talk. I never been to one job where a girl didn't say, oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend here all the time. Oh, my boyfriend. Oh, I got that under control. Damn near every job I've been to, a girl has had a boyfriend and she offered to spend some time with me. I was like, you low down, dirty, cutthroat, selfish little girl. But ain't none of your business whether I took that opportunity to go hang out with that girl who had a boyfriend. But I'm just letting you know that it's real. It's real in these warehouses. It's real in these fast food joints. It's real out here in the doctor office. It's real at them engineering sites. You with these people all day, every day. They know your personal life. They know your kids' names. Y'all build a relationship. Hey. Yeah, I gotta learn how to do the tag. Tag what? Josiah, stop playing with me. Yeah, go ahead and post it. I like music shit. Music gets us through the day. Somebody's at that job macking on your old lady, macking on your girlfriend, macking on your fiance. She is out there, and she just at first she's like, I don't want to be a trifling individual. I do have somebody at home that cares about me, but he is kind of cute. He is kind of tall. He ugly, but I heard he got a second job and he brings in $80K a year. Damn. I'm waiting for the days where people start taking relationships serious again. When people get back to falling in love, I think love has. Do y'all think love has left our generation? Let me change. Can I change this? So let me go back to this poll. I'm gonna change the question. Or should I say love or faithfulness? I put love in. Let me see. 70. I said, do you believe your significant other would ever cheat on you? 78% say yes. 22% say no. God damn. Let's see. Then I got to slide and glide. Let's see. Do you think faithful relationships will make a comeback? Now I want to see. I want to see. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of things. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of things. Women are always going to cry about who didn't do them right. They're always going to cry. They're going to boo-hoo. But I want to know, male and female, is do you think faithful relationships will make a comeback? Do I think so? Whoo! Do I think I can only go off my personal experience, and I'm gonna say, will it come back? Is it present now? Hell no. Will it ever come back? Will faithful relationships make a comeback? Whoo! That's a good one. I'm gonna say yes. Only because the few good people don't get that shine, because all in the media, all in the songs is all about infidelity and lust. But there's a lot of good couples out there, and the reason why they don't get that shine, the reason why good couples don't get, their recognition, because it's boring. When you get your life together, life gets boring. Shout out to Muhammad Love 913. Now, when it's gonna make a comeback, I don't know, because people, when I hear all the baby mama drama stories, when I hear the baby daddy stories, I mean, girls, I see a lot of girls ruining their lives, and it's like the cycle has repeated itself. And this one girl, I was talking to, I just wanted to, she was cool. She was real cool, but she said, she had a daughter, and she was saying that the dude that she got knocked up with had 8 kids by 4 different women. 8 kids by 4 different women. And she thought it was a good idea to get with him. So let's say he had 6 kids at the time. So, you got to be, especially when you start having standards in life, when you start getting life together, it gets real boring, because you have a great routine now. When you start getting life together, when you really start getting things in order, your life just becomes good. You start getting your health together, start getting, things you need to get done. You start accomplishing goals. The way you move, you really begin to see, like, damn, your life is messed up. So you thought it was a good idea at 22, 21 years old to get with a guy that had 5 kids by 3 different baby mamas. Do you got low self-esteem, girl? Damn. I tell y'all, I just be seeing these girls. Now I do have to say I can't say all girls, but most women, they only respect men who do them wrong, and they only talk about men who do them wrong. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I just don't get it. I wonder why Neil Long hasn't moved on. I'm trying to see why Neil Long ain't getting. Neil Long's still pretty. I know. I wonder who's clapping her cheeks, and who's to say Neil Long didn't have her some side piece. But I'm gonna tell you who the most trifling women that I've ever. No, I met some trifling women. I want to take a moment out for God. Thank God I did not have a baby by any of my exes. Oh my God! Like I'm looking at that. Whoo! Y'all see y'all about to make me relive moments in my life. I'm looking at, what did you see in this girl? It was the cheeks. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It was the cheeks. It was the cheeks. But besides them cheeks, you have guys have no common interests, and that's where it really. How do you bond with somebody? How do you laugh with somebody? How do you enjoy every moment of another person? But you guys have nothing in common. You guys are just totally different. I know opposites attract, but damn, shouldn't we have something in common? Now that I look back at it, me and these women have nothing in common. Like nothing. Now, I'm thinking about, and I see the way they move with their new boyfriends, and oh my God. Now, when you in a space where you can actually calculate life, where you're actually able to assess life, where you're actually able to dissect things, dissect situations, it's painful because now you're moving different. Now you don't do the same things you do anymore. You're literally moving in an entirely different direction, and you gotta. It just is what it is. People come in your life and people go, and that's when you start. As you get a little older, you kind of see that too. People come and people go. But that's the bittersweet. When they were here, it's like, damn, how do we have this much fun and it ended so terribly? Like, God damn. Out of all the ways you could have, hurt me, you decide to sleep with your manager. Out of all the ways to embarrass me, you decide to sleep with your manager, and he's doing it on a public level. Udoka, embarrassed Neil Long, right? It wasn't with just some guys. He got some coochie around the way. Some little baddie at the club. A cute little waitress. Nah, it was somebody that he was working with. This Udoka situation, god damn. But people, hey, you gotta elevate. When you sit back and look back at life, like, damn, why was I making these bad decisions? That's why, in order to be great, we gotta make great decisions. That's what it's all about. You gotta make great decisions. But how do I know if it's a great decision when your feelings is all up in it? Your feelings are all up in it. I love him. I love her. Ooh, wee, baby. Some boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. You caught up in the mix. Y'all all over each other until you really started practicing patience, until you really started analyzing how this person moves. And you really got to see, how the hell did we go from laughing to you taking me to court? How do we go from eating popcorn and Netflix and chilling to now you're taking half of what I got? Child support, alimony. Ooh. Don't crash out. Udoka and Kathleen had a relationship at that damn job, proving everything that I'm saying. And guys, you need to watch my channel. You need to watch this. Observe the climate before you don't slap on it. Your wife is pretty. What's up, Jordan? What's happening with you, babe? Don't slap on your wife. Don't slap on your girlfriend. You catch her cheating. Y'all, this is some good stuff. I'm telling y'all. This is who they are. This is who they are. Don't you go in there with that gun. Don't you go in there with that bat. Don't you go in there. No, don't you hit that girl. Don't hit the girl. Because now, let's say real quick, if you do hit her, you got that on your record. You're a woman beater. People don't care why a man hit a woman. They just know that it's a police record. It's documented. And you, especially if you did some time, that's on your. What did he do? What did he do? Well, he caught his girlfriend cheating. Some people would justify it, but most of society, I say society has been a little bit more lenient on men, because back in the day, just doesn't matter why you hit the woman, you just don't hit the woman. But now you got that on your record. Now how you gonna get a job? How you gonna explain that to your next employer? So why'd you get a felony? What my girl's at? Oh, you put your hands on a woman? We're probably gonna move past you, because I don't want my company to reflect or be involved with individuals, be involved with men who slap women. That's not what my company is about. So how about you just go on ahead and drive some trucks, all right? Just go do that, because you are not coming up in here in cybersecurity. You're not coming up in here as a doctor. Now with that on your record, you can go ahead, and you're not going to get any federal grant money to help you go to school and try to change your life, and it's over. Put your hands on that woman, and it's over. It's on your record. You can lose grant money to go to school if you get a felony. It's not worth it. Just get yourself together. That's what it's all about. Elevate yourself. Get yourself together. Get your mind together. Get your heart together. Take your pain and use that as fuel to elevate in life. Not even just monetarily, just you as a man, just you as a person. Start moving different. Start being more cautious. God damn, don't slap them, y'all. Don't whoop on them, y'all. That's who they are. They're creatures of beauty. They fine. All them wolves out there want your wife, want your old lady. The finer your wife or girlfriend is, the more pressure you're gonna have. The more likelihood that she gonna cheat. Pretty girls, that's what really pretty girls do. They really cheat. That's what pretty girls do. Whoo, but I gotta get on out of here, y'all. I had fun. Tell somebody about the channel. Once again, in order to be great, we gotta make great decisions. 250 Capital G News. I'm gone.